Joe, we have every episode. All right. The pilot, episode 1. The Fever Man. This is an old timey one. Oh, where everybody talks like this, governor. So they're dressed like old timey dickheads. Some mansion gets a knock on the door. Old lady answers. A couple of guys are out there. One's holding a kid and says, "Oh, my kid's sick. Can he see? Oh, my kid's sick. Can he see the fever man?" He does. Turns out this fever man has a magical cursed necklace that it makes him pull the sickness out of people, and they manifest themselves as big fat guys with prosthetic makeup on, and then the fever man has to wrestle them to death. Ooh, the fever man. It was all right. It was all right. I was watching. I was like, "Wow, look at that fucking fat monster jiggle." I bet they use, this suit. And I was like, "Hey, Tom, you know what the fuck they did? They just got a big fat guy and glued latex to his tits." Dick Smith, he gets like a makeup consulting credit on the whole series. And I think this is one of the only ones that he actually did the makeup for. So what else he did, I don't know. This doesn't really come off like Dick Smith shit. But so that one was all right. So far, 1 for 1.
Shit.
And then Holly's House, Joe. This one is about the making of a television show for children. And Holly is this like 3-4 foot animatronic doll that's hooked up to a lady who is wearing like gizmos and shit that makes the thing move. Really ahead of its time technology. Anyways, the doll thing comes to life, or is she a fucking nut? Find out in Holly's House. It had a creepy dream-like look to it, and everything looked kind of creepy, but it was whatever. Didn't love it, didn't hate it, but it was whatever. And then, Joe, we have New York Honey. This one takes place in an apartment building, and this piece of shit fuck neighbor upstairs is blaring music at all hours of the night. It turns out this some bitch has a jungle grow in his apartment. Why? Because bees like it that way, and bees make honey. And he says, "Listen, you fuck, I'll give you this honey if you leave me alone." And he says, "Why do I want this fucking honey?" And he says, "Because it'll make your dick plump, and all the bitches will want to suck it." So he takes all the honey and goes back upstairs and gives some to his wife. And they start doing some fucking and sucking. And then he runs out of honey and goes back down. And now there's a lady in this apartment jungle. Long story short, Joe, this lady seduces this guy. And you know what she turns into, Joe?
A bee lady?
Not a bee lady, but a bee girl. The last 30 seconds or so of this is pretty fucking great. There's like a stop motion part where the bee monster flies away with the guy. It is excellent quality and should be seen to be believed.
Flies away where? Out of the apartment?
Yeah, just out of the window and just kind of straight up. It's great. If I wasn't mortally terrified of copyright strikes, I would put the video up right now. Joe, the Vampire Hunter. This one, Joe, it's about a vampire hunter, but he's been doing it a long time and he's about to retire. Unfortunately, he's fucking the guy who's going to take over for him. He's a stupid bitch. He said, "Don't do this job. It's too dangerous." He does the job, and it was too dangerous. The monster in this one is a very questionable vampire. Didn't care for this one, Joe. But I don't really like vampire movies, especially old timey bullshit. So this one, fuck it in the ass. Next up, My Zombie Lover. This was like a parody of 1980s comedies, not comedies, but a sitcom. So situational comedies. And it's a family. And on this day, every year, the dead rise from their grave, and it's up to the good citizens to put them back in there. But the son, he's one of these bleeding heart types who thinks zombies have rights too. You see, and the daughter, she's just she just wants to stay home and do her fucking homework. So she does.
But the dead just want to vote.
It was a homecoming, Joe. So there's a knock at the door, and it's a love from her past trying to rekindle a flame. But he's a zombie. This one was very corny, and it was meant to be because it's spoofing fucking sitcoms. It was all right. It was all right. Not all the humor worked for me, but I get what they were going for, and it was all right, Joe. A lot better than that fucking vampire one. Tell you that. This next one, Where's the Rest of Me? Starring professional stage fall offer Meatloaf. You know him, Joe? So in this one, Meatloaf is a scientist in some war-torn country, probably France, and he's getting the bodies of all these French revolutionaries, I guess, and he's like taking kneecaps and eyelids and shit and giving them to these rich people who need it. So he brings these rich people and says, "See, this is how I'm doing it. Do you want to invest in my company?" And they say, "Sure." But then this guy comes back looking for his parts. Who has my penis? Woo! Find out in the hit motion picture based on a television series that's really a television series, Monsters.
He just wanted to vote.
He just wanted to vote. This one, better than that episode of Masters of Horror, Joe. Next one is The Legacy. Joe, keep your hat on for this one. In this one, Stephen King goes to Lon Chaney's house because he wants to find out how he was able to be such a good actor. And while at Lon Chaney's house, he finds Lon Chaney's haunted makeup kit. Woo! And he was able to do it because he had to make up his mind. Ooh! It was all
Oh,
right for what
Lon
it was.
John Cheney.
Long John Silvers Jr. He was the Wolfman, you know.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, this one was all right. Dumb as fuck.
And the
And
Hunchcock.
Joe, there is a hunchback makeup in this one. It turns out we're the monsters, Joe.
Oh, yes. Oh,
The next one is called Sleeping Dragons. This was one of my favorites that I watched. And this is pretty much just a low budget monster movie. They bring a dinosaur, frozen dinosaur man into their seclude. It's the thing with a shitty dinosaur man monster. And in the end, they open up a window and the fucking monster goes by it and it dies. It got cold and fell over. This one was pretty good. If you like low budget monster movies, this is a very stereotypical one that you'll probably like. The monster looks cool but goofy. There's a little bit of kills in it, and it ends so fucking dumb. You'll say, "Man, I'm glad that that was an hour and 30 minutes and it was just this 20-minute thing that I could enjoy." And I did. Sleeping Dragons, good shit, but not the best one. No, no, no. And then we have Joe Pool Sharks. In this one, oh, it's a dive bar of a dump. And then this shadowy stranger walks in and he goes up to the lady playing pool. "I challenge you to pool because I know you is a vampire who killed my fucking brother." And then he beats her. Didn't much care for it. It was okay. I just don't really like vampire shit. Not gonna say that. Joe, and then I watched Pool Sharks, starring your boy Mary Warzorvanarkov, and she's always good in everything she's in, I think. And this one is about a bed who eats people. It turns out there's a fridge that eats people too, Joe.
A
Mm-mm.
deathbed, you could say.
Fuck. You could. The death refrigerator. This one, pretty good. One of my top 5 out of all 180 that I watched this week. And then, Joe, we have Rouse Him Not. And this, all of these are like about fucking writers. This is like the third one that's about a writer. So this bitch moves into a house. Turns out it's haunted. A fucking guy shows up and says, "I was drawn to this house for some reason." It's to fight the evil that lives in the basement. And he does, because he's an angel or some shit. It was all right. The monster looked pretty cool. For the most part, all the monsters look like these look pretty cool for this fucking just syndicated TV show.
Well, you would hope so, given the title of the fucking show.
Yeah, but you would hope so.
Yeah.
And then, Joe, we have Fool's Gold. In this one, some minors or fucking legal aged adults, I don't know. They're fucking breaking down walls and fucking looking for some shit. And they get through a wall and find gold. But there's a little gremlin troll, not a leprechaun, but some kind of little gremlin or troll protecting it, and it don't want nobody to have its gold. Figura! Again, the monster looked pretty fucking cool for what it was, and it was an okay little episode, Joe. So far, besides the vampire ones, and not even no, that one, the vampire hunter, really sucked a dick because Pool Sharks one was okay, but so far there's only been one that I thought really sucked a dick, and we're 900 in. So 48,000 more to go. Joe, and then we have the best episode of season 1, maybe the best episode of the whole series. This is the only one I remember, and it is called Glim Glim. Have you ever heard of this one or seen it?
Yeah, that's the monkey from Speed Racer.
That's the monkey from Speed Racer. So Armageddon happens, Joe. Everybody's dying, and there's an alien that comes to Earth called Glim Glim. And he's hiding out in the library, but there's three survivors in the basement of this library. A little girl and two male adults. Not a good sign.
No, at all.
So it turns out like old Glim Glim, he's trying to find a cure for this deadly pathogen that's wiping out humanity. If he can just get some of these people's blood, he can make an antidote and save the world. And of course, the little girl finds all this out and helps him. But parents just don't understand, Joe. So they shoot this motherfucker in the neck, shoot him in the chest, shoot him in the belly. He dies. And as he falls to the ground, he releases a note from his hand that says, Merry Christmas. I seen this before, but I still laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. Fucking terrific. You go in the girl, she's setting up a Christmas tree. Oh, I just wanted to Glim to see. Hey, where where is Glim? And then Christmas music starts playing. Fucking awesome. Best episode ever. Like I said, I seen this shit before and I just laughed and laughed. They shot that fucker and he just falls over. It's so dumb. More relevant today than when it was made, Joe. Because you might not know this. We're the monsters.
Hmm.
We're the monsters. And then we have Parents from Space. In this one, some old fucks adopt a little girl because, they just want her to be her slave. And rat monsters from space come down and inhabit the parents' bodies. And then the parents die and everything works out for everybody. Those fucking rat monsters looked really fucking cool. And this is another one of the fucking silly, corny ones. There's a few of those where they're just trying to be funny. And this was one of them. And then we have the mother instinct. In this one, dude just beats the fuck out of his wife. She's just bruise laden, and the mother knows. And the mother's in a wheelchair, and you think there's nothing she can do. Fuck you. She's been drinking Amazonian worm cum. So she just pops out of that fucking thing like a jack in the box, punches this guy and his fucking cocksucker, and says, listen, my girl. I got these worms and they'll make you rich, but I don't want you to be with this guy no more. So, of course, this fucking abuse victim goes back and says, my mama's got these worms. Please don't hit me no more and we could be rich. And the mom says, you dirty bitch. I knew you were going to tell him. And then the giant worm comes out and eats him. Oh my God. And they all live happily ever after, except for him from selling all this worm cum. Pretty good, Joe. Pretty good. And then we have Their Divided Self, which this was one of the worst ones of the season. I'm gonna say the Vampire Hunter was the worst one, but I mean this didn't really even have a monster in it unless you want to say Siamese twins are monsters. And then I know a couple young ladies who aren't going to take too kindly to that, and you should apologize for it to producers of monsters. But I think one of the guys is Lenny or Squiggy or something. I'm not even sure which one's which, but
Michael,
maybe. No, not him. That's the guy from Spinal Tap.
Yeah,
Not him. I think it might be the guy who talks like this.
yeah, that's the other guy.
Yeah, so him and some other fruit, they're connected to each other, and I think at the end they're still connected to each other. Tales from the Crypt did this one a lot better with the dude from Son of a Beach. Watch that episode of Tales from the Crypt instead of fucking this one because it stunk and I didn't like it. And then we have Taps, Joe. This is about not a husband and wife, just a man and a woman dance team. They're taking the dance entertainment world on stage by storm. But the lady, she gets offers from Hollywood. So she kills the guy, makes it in Hollywood, and then comes back a year later, and this fucking guy from the calf down, his legs still hopping around, and then attaches to her, and she becomes him, kind of. Ooh, this one wasn't that good either. Ooh, that fucking stupid foot hopping around looked pretty funny though. Not enough to watch it, but it looked pretty funny. And then, Joe, the match game. Oh my goblin. This had Ashley Lawrence, Tori Spelling, some other fuck. And this one was pretty good. You go in a creepy house and you tell a story about the haunted murderer fuck who lives in the house before the match goes out, or you'll get fucked to death by the haunted murderer who lives in the house. The makeup for the haunted murderer who lives in the house was fucking pretty good. It's another one where it's just like, man, I'm glad this was just 20 minutes and not blown out to fucking feature length. It was a good, solid horror movie condensed into fucking 20 minutes. So if you like classic 80s spooktacular frights in a haunted house, check this one out. It was pretty good. Joe, next one is called The Rain Dance. It's about engines. So, a white guy, a white treasure hunter, is ripping off all these native people. And this one lady, she brings a statue in that has to weigh, uh, let's just say, 1,000 pounds. She kind of, brings it in there with ease. And this statue comes to life and turns people to sand. Ooh, again, the monster looked really fucking cool. This is great. If you like monsters, most of the monsters are pretty cool. Though there's like a couple that are just like, oh, suck my wiener, like the vampires and shit. But for the most part, when they're actually trying to make a monster and it's not just us, it's pretty good.
They must have seen the movie How to Make a Monster.
Joe, they must have lived the movie How to Make a Monster because that's what they did every week and brought it into our homes. Fuck. All through the magic of television. Joe! This next one, it has our boy in it, Billy Drago. Can't get enough of his acting. Fuck. Oh, you win this round, Billy. I'm sorry for mocking you. So in this one, there's a succubus. Ooh. It was all right. I can't get into Billy Drago's acting. I'm sorry, I just can't. It was all right. Joe, all in a day's work, starring Drew Carey's friend Oswald's mother, Adrienne Barbeau. And in this one, she's a witch. There's other movies where she doesn't have her shirt on. I would say watch those instead. And then, Joe, Satan in the Suburbs. This is another funny one. It's about a writer. Can you believe it? So a devil, not the devil, but a devil pops up in this lady's home and says, "Hey, I won a football bet with the actual devil. So you're going to write my memoirs." And in the end, he turns into an angel and they all live happily. Don't smile at that. And they all live happily ever after. Oh, and then, Joe, mannequins of horror. You know what this episode is missing?
Mannequins?
That's correct. Because it's about a crazy guy who sculpts little clay men with little clay penises in a mental asylum. And they come to life and kill people. There's the very end, the one of the little clay penis men that's coming to life, a lady takes it and mushes his face, and then you go back and then the guy's face is all mangled and mushed, which was a lot gorier than you would expect from this show, but it was all right. It was art, so they were able to show those clay penises, you see. So before we get to this last one, I had a question for you, Joe.
Okay.
Do you know what La Stegra means?
Listegra. No, isn't that one of those diet pills?
No, but it sounds Mexican or something.
No.
Huh. Well, anyways, in this episode called La Stegra, Linda Blair stars in it as La Stegra, and she's a witch. Can you believe it? Mios Dios.
Listrega?
There you go.
Yeah, that's Italian.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, I don't think she's Italian either. Oh, I would say watch Savage Streets instead. So, out of the 24, man, that the mom in this one did not come off as a WAP bitch. She definitely came off as some kind of Spanish. That's why I didn't even think of that shit. But yeah, there were maybe 4 or 5 that I didn't really care for. But all in all, I liked a lot more of these 24 episodes and say the first 24 episodes of Tales from the Crypt. So, are any of these as good as the best episodes of Tales from the Crypt? Probably not. I mean, Glim Glim maybe, but put Glim Glim up against the ventriloquist dummy, I'm going to have to give it to the ventriloquist dummy just because Glim Glim's a great thing to fucking laugh at. And it's kind of like apples and oranges.
Thanks for checking out the show. We hope you dug it, baby. If so, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and let us know down below. Support Tom and Joe by heading over to dwnproductions.net and fastcustomshirts.com. Until next time.